Girl, the drama of the Beckhams did not stop, but like fans are very divided. People are starting to take teams, and we have someone from the wedding literally coming forward and telling us about that in an inappropriate dance that Victoria Beckham did on Brooklyn Beckham to sabotage the first dance with his wife. The whole thing is wild and we need to talk about it. But before we start, welcome back. I'm the real Andy of Beverly Hills. Welcome to another piece of tea. If you are new here, welcome to Beverly Troop, where I keep it real and I mention it all. So make sure to subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if you are part of the old crew and you have not done it yet, go to notifications, turn it off, and turn it on again. You know, with my YouTube drama, right now we are trying to restart that algorithm, okay? All right, guys, so let's talk about this mess. The Beckham family situation, it's becoming a hot trending topic everywhere across the world, you know, especially after Brooklyn decided to go and expose his whole family in a 6-page post. You know, we already read about it, we already like discuss about it. It was intense, you know. And one of the things that really caught people's attention was the part that he said, you know, that Victoria Beckham sabotaged his first dance with his wife Nicola, you know, and then how she started inappropriately dancing with him in front of everyone, to the point that it was humiliating and very embarrassing, you know. And now we are starting to hear a little bit more about this. Initially, there was a source that didn't want to like their name to be out there coming forward, that was on the wedding, you know, because supposedly everyone who went to this wedding have to sign an NDA, right? We're talking about 500 guests, so apparently everyone, plus, you know, staff and all of that, so everyone had to sign an NDA, right? Okay, that's the number one thing. But this person initially said that it was very sad that Mark Anthony called Brooklyn, you know, to the stage, and then when it was supposed to be his first dance, that he rehearsed with his, you know, wife for weeks, you know, and that this was supposed to happen, right? And then Mark Anthony called him out, and then he says, oh, you have to dance with your mom. And they call Victoria, and then they start, you know, he started like dancing with her super inappropriately, you know, and then she hugged him, you know, and started like sniffing his neck, you know, and that it was like super weird, you know, and all of that, right? And that at that moment, Nicola, you know, felt super embarrassed and disrespected, and she ran out, you know, crying. And then, you know, his all the Beckham side of the family start like cheering on, you know, and being like, oh yeah, like fuck that bitch, you know. And then the other side of the room was like super quiet, right? And then friends convinced her to came back, you know, and she was all bloated because she has been crying, and then she was super depressed all the rest of the wedding. That was what that source was saying, right? Well, now we have an actual person who was on the wedding, and we're talking of one of the DJs that was there at that moment. I have no idea why he's talking, or if he did not sign the NDA, or I don't know what happened, you know. So his name is DJ Fat Tony, and he literally went on an interview, okay, on TV, to talk about the whole situation and what went down. He basically says that everything that is being out there is totally truth, but there are things that it might be a little bit different, okay? He says that Mark Anthony did call Brooklyn to the stage, and then he said something around like all the hot women come to here to dance, and then he told Brooklyn, you need to dance with your mom, and then he called Victoria to the stage. Now, it's not that there was an inappropriate dancing, okay? It's not like they put some song so Victoria started twerking on Brooklyn's dick. No, it's because it was a Latin song, okay? So Latin music it's very, sensual. We love to dance, very close to each other. We usually, dance like this all the time, even with people that we don't know. All right, even with our parents, even with our family members. That's just how we dance, and for us, it's not inappropriate because it's not based on anything sexual. We just dance. That's how you dance salsa. That's how you dance ballads. That's how you dance merengue. That's how you dance bachata. That's just how it is, right? So he says it was a Latin dance. So what for some people might look inappropriate, it really wasn't, because it was just the style of the dancing, right? Now, mind you, this was, this is not a Latino family. So of course, like, a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, why are they dancing like that? Now the problem is that Brooklyn did not rehearse this dance at all. So that might also help to why it looks so inappropriate, right? Because imagine out of nowhere, no one is being told that this is this kind of dance, and then you have a mom just being very close to her son, having these, sensual moves, so people might be like, what the fuck is happening over here, right? But he did, the DJ thus said that Nicola started crying, and that she then left crying, and that it was very heartbreaking, and that she did return later, and she was kind of like a shell of a person just sitting down there because it was her wedding, but it was like she was just checked out, and it was completely heartbreaking to watch someone on her wedding day being like that. This is definitely kind of like saying, look, yes, that did happen. It's not exactly like people are trying to make it seem, but this did happen, which basically says Victoria did hijack that first dance, Now the whole world is kind of like looking into it, and initially a lot of people were on Brooklyn's side, and they feel David Beckham and Victoria Beckham's comments on social media with like, we believe Brooklyn, we believe Brooklyn, we believe Brooklyn, right? However, as time has passed, there has been other people who have been close or friends at some point with Nicola that have been saying that Nicola is a horrible person, that she's a horrible girl, that she's a mean girl, that she's a bully, that she's not really nice, and that they are believing that she is manipulating Brooklyn, and they are all starting to be on the Beckham side, especially on Victoria's side, there has been a lot of support for Victoria Beckham, to the point that a lot of songs of the Spice Girls, and all of that has been reaching #1 on iTunes, because that's how fans are supporting Victoria, kind of like telling her we don't believe your song, we believe you, and we are supporting you, Also, I think a lot of fans want that reunion of the Spice Girls that is supposed to be happening, and they don't want anything to mess that up. So they're really trying to support Victoria, so no one has anything to say about it, right? But a lot of celebrities have actually been showing public support for Victoria Beckham, Andy Cohen being one of them. There are many celebrities that are literally going around saying I actually believe Victoria, I don't believe that Brooklyn is telling the whole truth, or that he's being brainwashed somehow. I don't know. So anyways, that is the new piece of tea that is happening, so I don't know. Let me know what you guys think on the comments below. Are you team Victoria Beckham, or are you team Brooklyn Beckham? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think about this whole dancing situation? Let me know. And if you want to get all the tea related to this pop culture streets, make sure to like this video, share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you around. See ya. Bye.